What's going on, everybody? I'm Mike Terry. Uh, Mike is in the building, and this is Outside the Box with Mike Terry. This is the second episode of the first season, brand new season. So basically, with this episode, I just want to come on here and basically give you an introduction. I know we had a previous episode 1. As you can see, I'm a little more clean. Got a little haircut now. I was looking homely. Your boy was looking a little homely last time, man. But I'm gonna get into getting all that. But my point of just bringing on this episode, I just want to give a clear understanding of what the podcast is, what it's about, the direction, what's the purpose of it. That way, you walk into it, you say, hey, man, I like what he said. I want to see more about it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click that notification bell. That way you can be notified the next time we post an episode. Also, like, comment, and share. That's the other one I didn't say. That's the one. But yeah, share. Spread the word, man. Spread the word. This is streaming live on C2C Indie Radio. The C2C stands for city to city, county to county, coast to coast. That means it's not just based here in Syracuse. The reach can go all the way out to California, Alaska, Australia, Germany, anywhere where they got YouTube, And also make sure there's a website and an app that you can download, c2cindieradio.com. You can go onto there, as well as they got a lot of different entertainment outlets. A lot of different shows on this website, on this channel. I'm trying to think about the other YouTube. It'd be a channel on YouTube. They got a lot of different things that you can tune into. Anything from like hip hop, rock, jazz, poetry. This would be in the comedy, gospel. So also there's different shows where they talk about sports, shows where they review and they rate music videos and stuff like that. And they are looking for unsigned artists, let alone local artists. So you can go ahead and you can email c2cindieradio@gmail. You can email them and get in contact with them. Post your music, send them your music. Get the KJ Slay Rep Your City show. I believe that's on Fridays now. Oh, yep, Fridays. So what time on Fridays?
Fridays at 3. 3-ish.
3-ish. All right, yeah. This is a black network.
Yeah, exactly. So it's supposed to start at 3, but
yeah,
we ain't never on time for nothing. So when I always talk about it on my show, to write at 5, which most of the time starts at 5. So
okay,
yeah. Only time I don't start at 5 is half the times on Fridays, because I'm in here with this show,
right.
The Rep Your City show, and it starts, like I said, 3-ish.
Okay, yeah.
So
over.
yeah. So that's the majority of the time when I'm late. But what I have been doing is pre-recording my Friday show, so that way it still starts on time. But yeah, it's supposed to be 3 p.m. But Rep Your City every Friday with your host, Mr. KJ Slay. Like I say, starts 3-ish.
3-ish.
So yeah.
Also, they got there's other shows. Another one I like. What is it? Family Matter.
Family Affair.
I'm sorry, y'all. I've been out of the loop. Family Matters. Family Affairs, man.
Family Affair sports show. We have a few perspectives. That's every other Friday with JP, King, Black, and Bub. We also are in the process of Bub is actually getting ready to do another sports show.
Okay.
Basically theirs is going to be, those of you who like to bet, it's going to be a betting show. Basically they're going to give y'all their picks for the weeks, whether it's college and pro, talk about the picks and why they're picking these teams, and so it's going to be a whole thing. That's going to be Bub and two other guys. So that's going to be coming soon.
Got a spinoff. That's cool.
Yeah.
Right.
So and also JP actually has one as well with two young ladies. One is his sister in law and her friend.
Okay.
They're gonna be talking relationships and things like that.
All right. I
Um,
like that.
so yeah, that's coming soon as well. So
I like that.
we always growing, man. Different
Yeah.
shows, just putting the opportunities out there for everybody.
That's what's up, man. That's what it's all about. And that's the voice of Mike right there, the engineer, the MVP. Ken is also here sometimes and stuff like that. This is the other half, baby. It's the other half, man. So, once again, appreciate you coming in today, man. Yeah, it's been a little gap for me, man. Been a little bit of a gap for me. I think it's been is it a month and a half since I was here? Going on 2.
About that.
Yeah, it's been. Brother had to. Let me no, fuck it. Let me just get right into it, people. I'm just gonna give y'all a clear understanding of what what this podcast is about. So, well, yeah, fuck it. Go right into it. This podcast is about. We're gonna be talking about comedy, things in the comedy world. Being a comedian and stuff like that. But also, we're going to be talking about things that interest me and stuff like that. Not, if you don't know me, which is a lot of people, I'm sure, in the whole entire world, but I got a lot of different interests and stuff like that, man. But, I'll try to keep it limited. Sometimes I like to talk about sports every now and again, but I try to keep it centered around comedy. It might be some current events here and there. Might have some little internet games that we play when we have guests here, like we play on the previous podcast we have the No Name podcast. You can go check that out. That's still on this still on the channel, the YouTube channel. But played Smash or Pass, especially when it was Black History Month. Played Start, Bench, or Cut. Different games, but try to keep it interesting. But for the most part, we're gonna be talking about comedy, topics, and things that interest me. But also, the purpose of this podcast is to laugh, educate, and motivate. So we're gonna make you laugh. I'm pretty sure, you know what I mean? We plan on doing that every week. We're gonna try to educate you, whether it's about comedy, whether it's about life, whether it's about things that we just feel like you need to know. And also motivate. Because in this world, as well as myself, sometimes we all need motivation. You know what I mean? We all need to be reminded that we're here for a reason. Because sometimes you can get caught up in paying bills and just surviving to where you forget, hold up, I'm supposed to have some joy. I'm supposed to be pursuing something. There's something outside of myself that I need to be doing, something bigger. So, that's what it's all about. I don't know if I'm going to hit all 3 of those marks every single week, but if I hit one, I'm winning. That's the way I see it. So at the end of the day, that's what the purpose of this podcast. And as you continue to watch these episodes, watch these clips, you'll see things developing and stuff like that. This is we all progressing, man. This is a bunch of beautiful minds working together, man. Everybody trying to get somewhere, you know what I mean? But you can go further together. What is it? Quicker alone, further together, or longer together. I'm messing it up, but I think you get the point, man. It's excited to be here, excited to have this podcast. I value quality over quantity, by the way. For anybody who's watching this whole episode, I'm perfectly fine if we have a really, really good 15-minute episode versus a 45-minute episode where you laugh once, So I'm not going to limit myself to trying to match some records or go a whole long amount of time, but I just wanted to make sure that I made it clear what this podcast is about. If these things interest you, then, you know what I mean? You click on that subscribe, click on the notification bell, and, keep on watching, man. And I'm gonna say something, and I feel like it's my version of coming out the closet. I'm a wrestling fan. I'm a freaking wrestling fan. So you know what? If I get I hate to say it like that, it's my podcast. I don't always say it's mine because I don't feel like I'm alone. I got Mike, I got Ken, so I often say we because we all working together. You know what I mean? The effort they put in and then the effort I put in, I feel like it's a disservice if I just say I. But sometimes we go, well, not but. sometimes we're gonna talk about wrestling, or I'll just talk about wrestling because that's what I'm into, as well as some other stuff. And that's the thing, though. Be yourself. Your crowd, your audience is gonna find you. They're gonna gravitate towards you. You know what I mean? I saw another black dude on YouTube who like wrestling too. So fuck it. I'm not gonna just, you know what I mean? I might be the only. No, I'm not. I'm not the only black dude in Syracuse who likes wrestling, because when they come, I'm sure it's packed. But point is that could be another market. Comedians, that could be another market. People who need and like motivation, that could be another market. Who's to say we won't have a business mind in here one day? You know what I mean? That could be another market. Relationships. I got like a married couple, and a God-loving couple at that, got them lined up to come in here. So that's because on the last podcast we had, the No Name podcast, we had Kenny, a family friend. If you don't know him by his YouTube name, it's MABW, Men Against Bitter Women. It's basically just sticking up for men, and this because it seems like it's a war between men and women nowadays, man. So it's just another man speaking up for men who may not have the courage, but also just giving them game, giving them insight, and not like trying to trick, but just it's like, yo, man, you got to take care of yourself. You got to look out for this. You got to look out for that. At the end of the day, just make the rational decision. Yeah, man. So I thought, we got a single man's perspective. Let's get a married couple's perspective. You know what I mean? Get both sides of the coin. There's always two sides to the coin. So, and yeah, man. I'm looking to have a guest in here next week on the next episode, which will be next episode number 3. Looking forward to that. I'm not gonna announce the name in case he's for some reason not able to do it, but we all got our lives and whatnot. However, I'm excited moving forward, man. And I think it's healthy to have a mindset where you are looking forward. It's cool to because sometimes you are in a situation that's shitty, or you are in a situation where right now it's like, all right, if you look around, you're like, all right, man, I feel like I'm stuck. But if you set everything up and you are making the steps of moving forward, all right, I'm going to get my mind right. I'm going to get my clothes together. I'm going to get my money and all that and stuff. If you are making the steps necessary, I think even more so, look at the goal that you are trying to reach. Stay focused on that. Enjoy every accomplishment. Celebrate every now and again. Like I'm gonna have a birthday next week, October 7th. I'll be turning 31. I don't plan on doing a whole lot. I do plan on doing some kind of celebrate and stuff like that. But staying on to the point, man. Life is a journey. It's a marathon, and tomorrow is not promised. Me and Ken were just talking about that. Sorry, Mike. Me and Mike were just. I was off instant. I'm sorry. Me and Mike were just talking about that, man. Life, you don't want to take things for granted. You wanna seize the opportunities that are in front of you. Take full advantage. Go out here and pursue your best self, people. For real, go out here and pursue your best self. You know what? I don't want to say it like that. How much money can I get? But you know what? How mentally together can I get? How in shape can I get? How close can my family get? You know what I mean? If I apologize with that person, fuck it. Let me just apologize and get the shit off my chest. You know what I mean? Let's start speaking to our families, man. Let's not have family members where we hold grudges against each other. I understand certain family members is like, all right, you got to love them from afar. But, sometimes, and I heard this saying, bitterness is like eating poison, drinking poison, and hoping the other person gets sick. Sometimes it's better to just relieve yourself from whatever the problem is, right? So if you and your sister are at odds, you know what I mean? And I know it takes courage to say, you know what? Hey, sis, you know what I mean? Either I was wrong, or even to say, I forgive you. Sometimes can take a lot of courage. I would say, say it when you mean it. Don't like wait forever, but like say it Say it meaningfully. Make sure that your intentions are sincere. That you're operating from a pure place. And if they reject you and they keep it up, then that's them. Now, they're fighting a one-sided battle. They're fighting a battle on their own. You've relieved yourself. You know what I mean? You took it off your chest. You said your piece, But point is, you know what I mean? Don't allow where you're born or the situation you're currently in, don't allow it to limit you. I know for myself, I don't want to be limited. I don't like the feeling of being constrained, but point is, operate in the mindset of, I want to achieve my best self. I want to at least, by the time I pass on, I want to say, you know what, I did give it my best. I really went after it, didn't I? Like, why? I guarantee you don't want to pass away and be like, you know what, I should have. I really should have went for it. I really should have tried to be a comedian. I really should have tried to be a businessman. Nah, man, don't, and I don't know. I'm speaking from experiences, but I'm speaking based off the things that I know. I'm not trying to overextend, but I'm just saying, man, go after it. Go after it and stuff like that. And, if you're afraid of love, but you've never been in a relationship, dude, you got to try it at least once. I understand, it might take you some time because, from what I hear, females ain't really shit nowadays. But sometimes it can be both sided. You know what I mean? Some dudes is dogging women out. I'm awake now. You know what I mean? I done been in a relationship. I done had, relationship happen. So, but I'm always of a mindset. I don't want to be bitter. At the end of the day, no matter what happens, I don't want to be bitter. I don't want whatever happens in this world to corrupt my freaking soul and spirit. So as they say, you can't control what happens to you, but you can control what you do about it. So I try to just use whatever motivation, all the negative stuff, take the things that I can use to motivate me, any positives, I try to dwell on those, and that itself has been a journey. I just try to throw the negative stuff away, honestly haven't, and sometimes also I think use Instagram to your benefit. I don't really fuck with Facebook as much anymore. To be honest, use Instagram to your benefit. For example, if you see a motivational video, in like the little search bar or whatever, where you hit the search button and a whole bunch of stuff comes up, you see a motivational video, actually like it. That way, it'll give you more of that stuff, and only like the stuff that you want to see more of. That's actually going to move you towards where you want to go. If you are down on yourself, seek out some motivational videos. Sometimes you might have to go to YouTube and say motivational video, self-encouragement. You know what I mean? Self-improvement. Sometimes you have to seek out that information, especially if you're not continuously watching that stuff, And then the more you watch it, the more you like it, the more the algorithm will feed it to you and stuff like that. So, with that being said, man, pursue your best self, man. But I'm ready for that picture. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. I know I was doing Uber, you know what I mean? But I went and got a 9 to 5. I'm back on the plantation, man. I'm sorry. It is what it is, man. I ain't want to, but it was a situation that happened where I was driving Uber, right? And I had, I freaking turned to left out of a gas station. Cops pulled me over, and let me know that my registration was suspended. And it wasn't like it was just a normal day. I had people in the car. I was driving Uber. Car, not one person. It was like packed. I had 4 in the back, and I had one on the side. All white people who had beer and stuff like that. And the dude on the left, the dude in my passenger seat was freaking out a little bit. He was like, he tried to keep it together. After the lady came to the window, all right, license, registrations and stuff like that. All right, no problem. And went back to a car. I see him in my peripheral, trying to keep it together and shit. And like, did you turn the signal and then his wife or woman was like, Joe, just be cool. Don't say anything. I'm like, yeah, I turned the signal. I was good. You know what I mean? I kept my composure. I'm like, I know. Like, I'm a safe driver and jump like that when I'm sober. I'm a safe driver. Point is, they told me registration is suspended, but we see you working. We see you doing Uber. So, normally we would tow the car, saying how your registration was suspended for what was at that time like 3 months. And I didn't know because your boy don't read his mail, to be honest. After I was cleaning my room and I was like, oh, they did send me some shit. Because I literally didn't know. And that's something I got to do, more of, read my mail. It's an exercise. I got to just not let it build up, read it when it gets there, and just, go from there. Point is, they said, go ahead, finish your ride, then just, head home, get your, go to the DMV, get it situated. So I had to turn my plates in. I'm like, all right, Lord, I see what you're saying. Get a job. I got you. Get a 9 to 5. You know what I mean? I can be a little hard-headed sometimes, but there's other word for hard-headed. There's determined, there's positives to it. Sometimes it works against me. I'm working on the balance. That's part of the journey. As working on, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm working at Amazon now. Amazon Fulfillment Center, lifting boxes and whatnot. But the positive, it's crazy because it's a timed job. Like, you got to be, early. There's a 5-minute grace period, but you got to be early. You got to come back from your breaks on time. You get 2 breaks, which is pretty dope. 2 30-minute breaks, one paid, one unpaid. That's the first time I've had something like that. So, but it is a physical job where you're lifting stuff up to like 75 pounds, which isn't, super duper. But you also sometimes have to walk up the little steps. You have to squat down and put stuff on the lower level. So it's literally a workout. And it's something that I'm like, all right, I'm getting paid to work out to a degree. I'm gonna use this opportunity to also work out in my extra time. And, as my funds get more caught up, which they are right now, and I'm grateful for, I'll go ahead and get that gym membership. I'll really start going after getting my body in better shape. And that's something I'm excited to do. I feel like that's going to be a blessed process. I don't know. I'm excited, though. I'm excited. I'm about to be turning, I don't know if I said this before. I said it before we started, but I'm about to be 31, I'm about to have a birthday. I feel like I'm a young 30. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like I'm a young 30. My knee actually stopped clicking. That's a side note. It stopped clicking. I haven't paid attention to that, but it stopped clicking when I fully extended. So I think that's improvement. But I feel, to some, I'm a late bloomer, but because I don't know. I don't know if you want to say I started life late, but I didn't. I just had to learn a lot of shit from 20 to 30. I had to go through a lot of different phases, a lot of different mentality changes. But you know what? It's my journey. It's authentic to me. You know what I mean? I'm true to who I am. I don't know. I like being me, and that's the first time in an extremely long time. I felt this way, and I strongly believe it. I like where I'm headed. I'm just focused, man. Trying to take that next step, go to the next level, and everything. My health, and as freaking cop cars stream by. Side note, for some reason, I started getting notifications on all the crazy shit that's happening in Syracuse. Some crazy junk happening, man, in Syracuse. I got notifications on my phone since I restarted it. Somebody got shot in Solvay. Somebody got shot on the west side, and I'm like, I don't think I want to see this shit no more. Like, I'm low key, it started to make me worry a little bit. And I was like, all right, let's be completely honest. Before I start getting notifications on my phone, all this crazy shit was still happening. The difference is I'm just being made aware of it. So I'm like, all right, don't let it shift your whole mindset and start worrying. And, and for anybody who does battle with whether it's anxiety or you are also an overthinker like I am, focus on things one day at a time. one day at a time, you know? And literally this is a method that I use. What am I doing right now? You know, when you interrupt those negative thoughts or whatever, just think about, what am I doing right now? Okay, I'm driving a car. All right, well, I'm driving a car. I got 5 minutes to get to my destination. Let me just focus on this. You know, whatever is happening outside of this car is going to keep happening. Let me just focus on getting home safely. Let me focus on getting to my job safely. Let me focus on what I'm doing right now. You know what I mean? And then all right, you know, you just focus, you take a look around. All right, this person's crossing the street. What's going on right now is another thought. What's going on? Somebody's crossing the street, the light's red. All right, this is happening. All right, it's time to turn right. All right, here we go. And just take it one step at a time. You know, sometimes your strengths can also be a weakness. You know what I mean? I think there's some positives to, you know, being an overthinker to a degree. You know, I think, you know, you just it has to be in the right predicament. You know, I'm often told that it's a negative, but I don't think God gave me this ability to hurt me 100%. Maybe there's a 15% chance that it can be used for good. I just got to figure it out. But the point is, take things one day at a time. Take things moment by moment. Especially if you're an overthinker, sometimes that's necessary. And it can be hard to do, especially if you're starting from a place where, you know, your mind just goes and you haven't built up the defense, the mental defense to stop that train, whether it's with negative thoughts or, you know what I mean? It's sometimes, I'm telling you some shit that I know, that I experienced, that I've done myself. Sometimes you got to go moment by moment. You got to go all the way down to moment by moment. All right, what am I thinking about right now? Okay, is it positive? Is it negative? How do I know if it's positive or negative? Is it bringing stress? Okay, it's bringing stress. All right, so let me stop thinking about this. Go back to, what am I doing right now? What's happening right now around me? Let's focus on those things. Not the shit I'm thinking. Not the shit I imagine is happening. Let me focus on these two things because that's what I can control. The other shit in my head I can't control. You know what I mean? So you gotta take it one step at a time, one day at a time, one moment at a time. You know what I mean? Tomorrow has its own worries. That shit's gonna happen. Just try to have the best day you can. You know what I mean? If you at work, all right, I'm gonna give it my all today. You know, if from this point, me clocking into my break, I'm gonna do the best that I can do. You know, I'm gonna do the best that I can do, whether it's I'm driving, whether it's I'm cooking. You know what I mean? Whatever your job is, I'm just going to give my best effort. And I've found some peace in that. I've found some joy in that at times. You know? So, a little moment of encouragement for anybody, man. Yeah, all right. So we hit what we're talking about, the direction of the podcast. I know right now, you know what I mean? We still in the starting stages and stuff like that. But I really think this podcast can be something great. I really think it can grow to be like, you know what I mean, have a broad audience and stuff like that. But part of the journey is starting. Pardon me. Part of the journey is starting. So you got to start from somewhere, you know? Nobody just, unless you got crazy connections or you was on somebody else's podcast who has a whole bunch of a huge following. Nobody starts off with 15K followers or viewers right out the gate. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to build from the ground up, and I think sometimes those scenarios breed the most sincere environments, the most sincere fans, and stuff like that. So you know, I'm excited, but it's a journey, and I'm excited for the journey. You know, so and that's another thing though too. Along this journey, the things that you overcome, personal conflicts, demons, whatever. When you find your strength. And you get to a point where you like, you know, you got peace. You know what I mean? You got joy. You might not have a lot of money, but you got like peace. You got joy. You got, you know, you got your mind right. Damn it, I forgot. But my point is, all right, the general point I was trying to make, take your time. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to get your mind right first. Jeez, Completely went blank. But damn it, I was about to make a profound point just now. No, I haven't smoked weed today. No, I'm just playing. Damn it, it's gone, yo. Sometimes when the thought leaves, I try to taste it and I try to focus on it, and it seems like the more that I do, it's like I'm out. Like it just runs faster. And I'm sorry, but if you think you knew what I was about to say, you probably got it. I don't know, but it was something positive that happened. That happened. I can't even act like it didn't happen. It happened. It's gone. I got no clue. But yeah, people, man, you got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of yourself. Oh, yes. Okay, I got it now. You have to free yourself because you don't know who you may bless, who you may be, who may need to hear you speak, who you may influence. You know what I mean? Sometimes you unlock yourself, you also are blessed to unlock others and stuff like that, whether it's in your immediate family, whether it's your circle of friends, whether it's on a podcast. You know what I mean? Like, I used to think as a comedian, all right, I had to do what everybody else did. You know what I mean? You work on your craft, you know what I mean? And you just battle, you just entertain and battle your demons, and then you get success while you fucked up in the head and stuff like that. And then, you know what I mean, after like 10 years or whatever, then you start becoming a better person and start. Now, everybody's journey ain't like that. Some people need to be happy with themselves. Some people need, like, I needed some fucking peace. I got to a point where like, okay, it's up to me to do this shit, and I need to do it now. I can't sit here and wait, or I might fucking things might go left. So, you know, I need to start working on having a more positive mindset, having peace in my mind, peace in my life. I need to get to a point where I'm happy with myself, where I'm not chasing admiration or you know, I'm not chasing females, trying to get validation from them. I need to be more confident and stable within myself first. And then, you know what? Hey, man, maybe my path isn't like the standard comedian who makes it or becomes very successful or whatever. But you know what? It's going to be my path. It's going to be genuine. And I'm going to give it the best that I can, you know, and I know, you know, God will bless it. He sees that I'm trying to do something positive. That's good. You know, I'm pursuing my purpose, my reason that I'm on this earth, you know, so why wouldn't he bless it? So, you know, don't be discouraged because you might be different, whether it's in personality, whether it's in purpose. Do not be discouraged. Different is good. Different is good, man. So, for that matter, yeah, man, I think that's the main points, you know. In my mind, I felt like I was all over the place, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like somebody might get that. Somebody might receive that in good spirit. So, let me see, do I have anything else? Yeah. Set quality over quantity. On another note, do not let this world or society dictate or direct your journey. You know what I mean? Do not follow the crowd. Do not follow the crowd and stuff like that. Yes, there's a lot of people in this world. What is it? Peer pressure is a motherfucker. No. I was thinking of cocaine is a hell of a drug. That was the saying I was thinking of. I was trying to mix it, but it didn't work. But point is, man, you know, yes, there's going to be peer pressure. Stay true to who you are. You know, if you don't know who you are, get somewhere quiet and sit there and be brutally honest with yourself and ask yourself questions. Ask yourself questions. You know, don't just start off with who am I? Go down to the details. You know what I mean? Do I like to laugh? You know what I mean? Do I like being positive? Do I like smiling? Do I like being nice? Go down, ask yourself a list of questions and find out, and you in the room with yourself. Just be brutally honest. If it hurt, all right, you in the room with yourself. It's only you that, you know what I mean? It's only you. So it's okay. Feel all that shit. If you break down and cry, you in the room with yourself. You ain't got to be embarrassed, ashamed, or nothing. Get to know who you are. And then once you know who you are, stay true to yourself. Move in those directions that feed your spirit and your soul. like, I'll be honest, man. I know it might not be super popular to be nice, but I like being nice. You know, I've learned that, I've learned how to, well, not be mean, but I've learned how to speak up and be the asshole that I am sometimes, how to bring that shit out. Thing in my past, it used to take me to get to my last straw to get to that. Now I hover around 75% pissed off. I hover on it. And I just I use it when I need it and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Fuck it. I'm thinking that I should just go ahead and say it. There's this song, Arsonist Lullaby. I wouldn't recommend everybody live by it, but it was a line in the song where it said, "Never tame your demons, keep them on a leash." So I thought about that because I'm like, some people, it seem like when they whether it's therapy or whatever, they get rid of that anger. They get rid of it completely. And I'm like, you know what? I'd rather just have the shit on the leash and have control of my anger. And then, because what if you get into a fight? This might be me thinking all the way to the right or the left. I'm like, what if you get into a fight and it's a vicious fight? It's a vicious fight. This person is operating in some darkness. And you have to go to a level of darkness to defend yourself or a family member. You know what I mean? Like, this person is going for your eyes. You know what I mean? Like, that level of darkness. I would like to be able to go there and defend myself, but have the control to where I don't live in that darkness. I can go ahead, tap back out, and then go back into being a person and shit like that. And, but that's me. I don't, to each his own. That's, who knows? Maybe 25 years from now, I'm like, you know what? I shouldn't have done that shit. But, as of right now, it's working. So, all right. I think that's for the most part, but, look, man, stay encouraged. Sometimes you got to encourage yourself. Sometimes you got to encourage yourself. Sometimes you got to congratulate yourself. Sometimes you got to say, you know what, man, I'm proud of you, Mike. Sometimes you got to say, you know what, man, you're doing good today. You're doing good. Your boss was yelling at you, but you're like, you know what? He saw that I was late, but you know what? You woke up at 5 o'clock. You got out of bed at 5:30. You know what I mean? You did this, you did that. Sometimes you got to lift yourself up. And it's not always about feeling good, but sometimes it's about learning your habits, Like, if you are you doing good, you on a train of positivity, but you get one negative and then you just focus on the negative. Knowing yourself, you got to be like, all right, that happened. It happened. You know what I mean? Take what you can use from it. But you know what? Remember all these things that happened along the way. Let's focus on those and let's move forward. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's what you got to do. So remember, people, it's going to be up here. I'm doing it. I'm doing it as if it's here right now. Laugh, educate, motivate. That's what we're here to do. I appreciate you tuning in, whether it's a snippet, whether you watch the whole podcast. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate Mike on the ones and twos. I'm Mike Terry. This is Outside the Box with Mike Terry. Appreciate you coming. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Click the notification bell if you want to keep seeing more. We drop these episodes on Saturdays. You know what? We might. Yeah. Let me stop overthinking. Point is, man, I'm not the best at outros, but hey, I'm Mike Terry. Appreciate you coming. Appreciate you watching. It's gonna be more to come. Peace.